And we are live. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. We see a couple of people are in, and we will allow for the others to filter on in from the. Oh, good. My video or my audio is turned down. So, welcome everybody. I'm so happy to be here again today and to chat with everybody. And we are welcoming Wisdom Seeker Joan here with us today, as well as Terri Suzuki from Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. And I have in the description box their links to their channels. They are both accepting readings, and also they also have content, beautiful content on their YouTube channel. So please go ahead and go over there and check it out and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So I wanted to let everybody know that I too am doing private readings, and my information is in the description box below as well. So how are you, Joan?
I'm doing great. As we were discussing before the show, I'm doing my study so that I can learn how to do lives, and that's the next step in my not psychic development, but YouTube development at least, and that'll be fun. That's coming up soon.
Good. Good. I think you'll be great at it. You're doing your own recordings and posting them, but it's the lives and managing people on the chat and as well as your guests, right?
Right, right. A lot of balls in the air.
Yes. And Terri, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I almost feel a little woozy right now because I did this meditation before this that turned out I had not expected the way it was going to go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I need. Mhm. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I need some of that time for myself as well to allow myself just to let go and let spirit take me where they need to take me on a journey, and that's something I'm looking forward to doing real soon too.
Yeah. This one was really, really different because usually I do guided meditations and then I usually about halfway through the guided meditation have to turn it off because it's getting in the way of what they're doing with me. And recently I've been working on hemisync. I
Yes.
don't know if you've heard about that. Yeah, where they're using both hemispheres of your brain. And I started kind of listening to the orientation and things like that. And what I discovered was I already got hemisync going on in my brain because I recognized after I did the first one and I could hear the left and the right differently. I realized that I have tinnitus, and I recognized that I have it in my right ear and my left ear at different things, and they do the vibrating thing. And I realized, oh my God, I've been doing this all the time, and I didn't even know it.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that works out in my favor eventually. But this time, what I did is just before this show, I kind of thought, well, I'll just lay down a second. I'll just meditate a moment. And actually, I pulled some cards before I did that. And the card I pulled was Akashic Record, Hidden Knowledge. And I thought, oh, really interesting. And the second I started meditating, I kind of went out. And I was anywhere that I could read the Akashic Record, which I see it as a little cottage. And there's lots of books on the shelf. And there's usually a big book on the table. But then I realized when I looked over all the books are skinny, they're little. And when you pull the book off and put it down on the table, it becomes big because your life is big. And I saw lots of colorful books, and I was like, "Ooh, I'd love to go look at one of those." But I got to go to a show pretty soon here. But then there was this one, and they were all kind of the pastel colors I love. And I was looking at them, and I was thinking, "Ooh, well, when I come back, which one would I choose?" And then I started changing the colors for me and putting different colors up, and I'm like. And then there was this one book, like the color of a sunset, this bright, bright gold. And I'm like, ooh, that's awfully pretty. I'll tell you what, if you make sure that this is only 5 minutes Earth time. So I picked the book and opened it. And I found myself I think it's a past life of my own. And I found myself in a different body. I was a woman, but I was a Hawaiian woman. I was in Maui and could go down to the beach. And the beach was different, though, than the beach I saw before. The sea turtles were there, and it seemed like I interacted with the sea turtles every day. And then I heard somebody say, this is when they were imprinted on your soul.
Wow.
And I'm like, woo. And then I went swimming, and that gold sunset color of the book followed me and then created some sort of headdress on me. It's like this gold stand out headdress, gold and oranges into reds almost, and I kind of felt like a goddess. I'm not quite sure what the headdress was, but it felt really good.
Wow. Well, Indigo Chrysalis Tarot says, could that be Lemuria that you're remembering or visiting? Lemuria.
No, I don't know. They were true to their word and got me back in time for the show. But I asked some questions about it, and that the only thing they answered was, "This is when sea turtles were imprinted on your soul. They're part
Wow.
of me." So I have to go find more about this.
Wow, that's so interesting. Does anybody have like something? Is there like a music in the background, either on either one of yours?
There's no music in my background.
No.
I'm not sure where that's coming from. That's interesting.
I know. To me, it sounds like a little bird, kind of.
It sounds like something like cycling. I mean, okay. I was just curious. It's kind of coming in and out. I thought maybe it was interfering with your sound, but your sound is much better now. But thank you. So Indigo Chrysalis Tarot says some people believe that Hawaii is remnants of the higher mountains that was Lemuria in the waters before the waters rose. So when you said you were Hawaiian and then you had all of these sea turtles and imprinted on your soul, wow. Well,
I'm very honored that you left there to come back and be with all of us here. That would be hard to tear yourself away.
So Indigo Chrysalis is saying she hears music too. So it's coming. Would maybe, Joan, would you mute a second and see if it still runs?
Okay. Let's see.
It's at the very bottom. It's very. You see. Okay, and then unmute.
I'm back.
Okay, I think it's you. Do you have a washing machine running in the next room?
There's nothing but the ticking of a clock.
I don't know. I don't know. All right.
I
Well,
could try it. Let me try it with the computer audio,
okay.
which is
It's up
different.
to you. It just sounds a little bit. Now say something.
Now, can you hear me now? Can
I
you hear me
can.
now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We can try
Okay.
that.
And is the sound okay?
You do kind of go in and out though.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
some sort of yeah, like vibration.
There. Are you still hearing it?
I
You're
don't still hear it. I don't still hear the noise in the background, but your first syllable cuts out because it's on like a speaker kind of thing. I think your headset works better, and we'll just maybe have to deal with the noise in the background now that we know what it's from. I think your mic on your headset is very uh, picks up a lot, very sensitive. So, hello, everybody. Indigo Chrysalis, you're such a big help. Thank you very much for all your help today. And Twinned Dart, hi, Twinned Dart, Holly Deshane, and Dana, and Warrior Girl, Blessed 1111. Carolyn Adams is here. Holly Deshane, I already said that. Sorry if I say Lauren Hunsinger, and Tracy Ralph, and Dave Maud. They're all here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we were just talking about Terri's meditation, and Nancy Riker just showed. Thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate it. And we were just talking about the meditation. We all try and do a bit of meditation before we come on live for you. And Tracy, I'm looking at Tracy's. Terri was telling us a little bit about her meditation, taking her on a journey, which is absolutely fabulous. And Joan was saying, "Well, we're glad that you chose, that you came and came on live with us, and that was a hard decision whether to stay and find out what the book had for you, or to come with us." Wow,
Well, I think I can go back, so it's okay.
I think so too. I think so too. That's really great. Thank you guys for joining us. We do have a couple of questions that we can start with if you'd like to get started. I'm not sure if anybody saw the interview that I did with the Crone Zone, Priscilla and Heather yesterday, but they were just loads of fun to have on. And we just did an interview process. And if anybody hasn't seen that yet, please go back and take a look. The energy and the vibration um, of the collaboration was just really beautiful. And I really enjoyed that yesterday too. All right, let's see what we have. And we have
Well, I second
Anja.
that. I watched that, and then I went and watched a number of their videos on their channel. They're just delightful, and I really, really enjoyed it. So thank you for bringing them on and introducing them to us.
Mhm.
Well, thanks for saying that. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, they are just a wealth of knowledge. And the they do such beautiful research, and the way that they present the information, there's loads of information. It's really, really good. And it's I'm just so grateful that they're there for me to look up to and to um, look to for things that I may not be certain about.
Yeah.
It's just really beautiful. Thanks for telling me. Okay, so we have Anja Ashdown. Hi, Anja. How are you? She says, "Hello, everyone. Will I get the meeting I'm in the process of applying for? Will I get the meeting?" That's what I'm assuming, MTG, right? That she's in the process of applying for. So that I'd like to try and start maybe with my pendulum. Well, Anja, what is the energy around Anja's meeting that she's applying for? Will she be? That's a good swinging yes. Sorry, you can't see it, but it was a good swinging yes that you'll definitely that it looks good around you getting the meeting. And you see, I corrected myself. I said definitely that's just a habit of mine. But what I did was I asked for the energies around this meeting that you're applying for, and the energies were saying yes for me, Anja.
I tried the pendulum too and got a positive result that yes. And then I tuned in and saw you as a teacher standing in front of a group, except it wasn't school desks, it was the boardroom. But you were there in a nice blue shift with a lovely scarf. You kind of looked like a teacher or even like a old-fashioned stewardess. But the whole idea was that yes, you'll get the meeting. And when you're in the meeting, you need to be in charge because the teacher person had the big pointer that she was pointing at things and was in control and was very polished and self-possessed, knowledgeable, just sharing the knowledge, but being very direct and in charge of the meeting without being obnoxious, just like, here, I'm going to tell you what this is all about. This is something you don't know, and I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to make it very clear. And now they're going to walk away and know something that they didn't know before.
Okay. Thank you very much, Joan. And it is my fault for assuming what an abbreviation is. And Anja just clarified. She said it's a mortgage that she is applying for, not a meeting. I have meeting on the brain, MTG. Sorry about that, Anja. So now that we are a little more clear, did you want to just check in again and see?
You know, I find that Joan's message still resonates with me because I think sometimes with mortgages, you do have to be in control. I have recently had to sell a house and somebody who was buying it kind of confided in me that they were having trouble and it was part of them being firm with the bank, being firm with their application, being not saying, oh, I'm so sorry about this or I'm worried about that, but just saying this is my home to be and I deserve this mortgage. That still resonates with me, the firmness. But I'm going to consult the pendulum one more time too.
And it looks like we have enough questions for right now. AD's here. But so after AD's question, we're going to be, I think that's enough for our time here. And if we have any time at the very end, we'll let you know. But thank you guys for all your questions. So let's get with Anja's mortgage.
Well, I checked back in with my pendulum and it still says yes. And then I went back and I still saw her in front of the group. And this time she had a hat on that looked sort of like a navy or like the kind of cap that you'd wear to be the captain of a ship. So, Spirit, what does this mean in terms of the mortgage? Still, it's that feeling of being in control and driving toward your destination. Your intention will help you drive the outcome to port, to where you want to go. Yeah.
And my pendulum's not giving me an answer at all. So it may be that you're asking the wrong question.
So what I'm picking up on, Anja, is I am getting a positive energy around the possibility of you getting your approved or So you're applying for it, so your application would be approved. But what I'm also getting is just because they approve you, it's up to you to determine whether or not it's in your best interest to take that first step and to dive into it. If that makes any sense. You still have to make sure that it's right for you. Because they'll approve you to your, but it's a chance for you, I'm hearing. Also, it's your chance to get in. It's your chance to um, change the future. As long as you go into it with open eyes, as long as you understand all of the fees and requirements. I see it's a positive move for you, Anja. I really do. That's what they're showing me. The move will be positive for you when yeah. Wow. Good. You'll have to let us know, Anja, because financial things are very tricky. They're very there's a lot of different moving parts. There's a lot of different variables, and sometimes there's hidden things. So just make sure you are aware of because they approved you. What does that mean? As far as a monthly and your closing costs and things like that. Just make sure you have all the information required. But it does look like it's a possibility for a new start for you. And I see a lot of people in the chat are also suggesting that you practice manifestation and work on your vision board, work on doing visualization, seeing yourself in the home that you want, that you are, and the mortgage is no problem, and everything is working out uh, without any problems. Just visualize yourself in there. That's a good recommendation.
Terri, did you have anything more on that one?
When I reframed the question a little bit, is taking this mortgage in her best interest? I got a yes, but not a super firm yes.
Okay. I just got a clarification about who the guy with the hat was. And I started hearing the song, The Love Boat, Welcome Aboard. So this might be your ticket to welcome aboard to, home ownership or whatever.
Wow. New voyage.
New voyage, yeah.
Well, all good, Anja. And there's a lot of people in the chat doing their pendulum and pulling cards and seeing a positive path for her as well. So that's good. Thank you guys. We appreciate the collaboration and the validation. If we're all sort of getting around the same thing, that really does help. Thank you guys. And thanks.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on. So blessed, let me see. Yeah, blessed 1111. She said, "May I please have a message from my father in law? His name is David." We're just going to take a minute. Blessed 1111. David, father in law. You know what, guys? Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
I heard David say quipping, funny, being funny, saying, my life was an open book. But then on my stage, he proceeded to show me a fountain of, I'm not sure what it is, but it's kind of a golden light. And so I'm going to ask him a little bit more about what this is. So if anyone else has something, go ahead. Oh, he's saying that in his lifetime, he tried to be like a fountain of knowledge. He tried to do his best to give knowledge to his children and to you. Let's see. The fountain has something to do with ancestry, that the knowledge that he had has been passed down from before, from generation to generation. And he's so pleased and happy that you care about this, that you are searching for messages, that you are searching, that you are in contact with the other side. He just loves that about you. And I feel like this is not a very masculine gesture, but I kind of feel like a mwah. So.
Great. Well, when I tuned in, I kind of get things more metaphorically than literally, but I saw him as someone who had medium dark hair, not black hair, and a little bit wavy. And I was seeing him from above, and he was sitting like in theater seats on the main floor. I was looking down on him, and then I saw, you know how they do it with football, or team sports, where everybody puts their hand in the middle and make their plans and say hut and go off and do what they need to do. So I saw you and he and everybody else in the family. There was a huge stack of hands all together, and he said, "I'm still on the team. He's still with you." And then he's also sitting there in the theater watching things play out rather than being the actor on the stage right now. And he's enjoying. Oh, now he's eating popcorn and watching. So and then heart chakra just lit up and sent a lot of love. Anything else, David? I got the feeling of light coming in all the way down from, and so, okay, what's the message exactly here? I'm seeing his recognition of you being aligned with spirit, and he's very, very pleased with that, and a little bit playful. Like, here's this tube of light, and he's kind of going peeking around it, happy that you're there, but also being a little bit playful. So he'll be around because he's so pleased that you are aligned with spirit, and you'll sense him.
Wow, that's great. Well, bless 1111. What I was getting from David, your father-in-law, is when you first joined the family, and I believe it's when his son started bringing you around as part of the family, and your father-in-law was thrilled. He saw the light in your eyes. He saw the light in your heart. And he really thought, wow, that's one fabulous gal. Like he was really thrilled that you were joining the family and really thought very highly of you and could see your potential. Just was really, I'm not sure if he didn't have daughters or just that you were very special to him. He could see the light and that you made his son so happy, and that when you came into the family, you brought something that that the family really appreciated. You were very loved, and he's reminding me when his son first started bringing you around, how amazed he was at it's just your light. He really loved your energy. It's possible that you may have had past lives together because he did really have a connection with you or felt that connection and really admired you. It was interesting the way he showed me that. Yeah. So if you could validate anything for us, blessed 1111, that would be great. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let me see. Dana, we haven't heard from Dana in a while. Hi, Dana. How are you? And she said, we are in a process, I guess, of buying a new house. Are we going to be able to buy it? Okay. This is another yes or no. Sorry, maybe I should. Everybody's moving. That's really great. I think that there's a lot of shifting energies, a lot of readjusting your priorities, and making the most out of life. Making sure you're comfortable, making sure things are the way we want it. It's almost like the time is now. We don't want to wait anymore because we were kind of restricted for so long during those 2 or 3 years of COVID that that now that we have the opportunity, everybody is just taking the opportunity to make their move so that they're not restricted. Wow. All right, Dana. If you girls have anything, you can go ahead.
I used my pendulum and got a big swing yes. And then when I tuned in, I just saw someone giving you a bouquet of roses. And they were pink roses with a little bit darker, light pink with a little bit darker pink on the tips, if that makes any difference. And the feeling that the roses and it's like the congratulatory bouquet, but also the feeling that there might, I don't know if there's a backyard, if this is a condo or a house, but it's suggestive of you might enjoy the garden.
Thanks, Joan. I'm just going to jump in while Terry's working on hers. Dana, I kind of got like a circle. Like there may be like a runaround. Somebody may be either not giving you the runaround, but you may have to do like, you know how they have the bidding wars, or maybe they accept your offer and then the inspection doesn't go. I got the feeling that you may be having to do like a runaround or maybe jump a few obstacles, but I didn't get a real strong positive. I just felt like there may be a runaround or obstacles in the way. And I think ultimately it's up to you how many you want to jump through.
And I'm going to validate that because I asked my pendulum and I got no twice.
Ooh.
But I have a very, very positive feeling. That's why I had to ask twice, because it was like, this feels like such a good thing. This doesn't feel like a bad thing at all. And I believe what I'm really I don't believe it's a no. What I believe is exactly what Jean has said. There's going to be a few hoops. There's going to be a few things that get in the way. It will ultimately be up to you to figure out how much of this do you want to do. You will get a home. So it's definitely yes to, yeah, you're going to be able to borrow to get a home. You're going to be able to do that. But I just know there's just going to be a little bit of some speed bumps in the way. But still, the feeling I get is so very positive about it. Really, that's why I was surprised.
Now, since you two got a different answer, of course I'm doubting myself and went back to the pendulum. And I liked what Jean said in the last time we took up the pendulum, saying, what's the energy around it? So I asked, what's the energy around Dana getting a house? Big swing, yes. After this, I went back, is she going to get this house? No. Is she going to get a house? Yes. So that was very instructive to me, and I hope to everyone else too. It's so important how you frame things.
Yeah, it's important to have all the information. And, we really wanted a house, and everything seemed to be okay until we had the inspection. And then we found termites that were really crazy. And we could have had the termites remedied and still buy the house, but we just were like, we just want to find a different, like, we didn't want to go into, like, so I feel as though something maybe revealed to you or presented to you that, some people want you to, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you want the house so much that you'll go ahead and remedy whatever the situation is, but it's up to you. And it's important to go in with eyes open and all the information. So just, be aware. But thanks. And she said her pink roses are her favorite, Joan.
Good.
Did you feel that maybe that was a sign from a spirit, from loved ones, that you were picking up? Somebody was handing her the pink roses?
Someone was handing her pink roses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely. I think that's lovely that came through with that reading. Thank you for your question, Dana. Let me see. Okay, this is a fun one. This is Mary Spurbeck. Hi, Mary Spurbeck. Thank you very much for joining us. We're so glad you're here. And thanks for asking your question. She says, my brother Steve had our family photos and recently passed away. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. My sister and I are looking for the photos in his house, but could not find them. Can you tell me anything about them?
So when I tapped into the energy of this, I feel like I'm being shown a shed or a storage unit or some sort of storage thing. To me, it feels like it's in the yard, but maybe it's not. It could be a storage unit, but I feel like I'm seeing them in a box up to in the back, up to the left, in a green box, in those old-fashioned green boxes, like I think it used to be called like a banker's box in the old days, the kind of mottled green. I'll just go with green. Who knows what color? That's what I'm getting.
That's interesting, because now I asked a little more carefully when I asked the pendulum, are they in the house? No. Are they on the property? Yes. So I said, so show me where they are. And what I saw was the green box might be in what I saw. What I saw was like a big tub, like a big plastic Tupperware tub that was dark blue, and it was up in the rafters of if there's a garage there that has a rafter space. So I agree that it's on the property, but not, I don't believe it's in the house, that they're in the house.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm just going to say what I see. I'm just going to say what spirit is showing me. And it's up for interpretation. So they're showing me a safety deposit box, but that doesn't make sense that he would pay to have photos in a safety deposit box. They're sentimental value, not monetary value. But when Terri was saying the banker's box, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that, because I'm saying safety deposit box. So I think it's somewhere around in that, and then yeah. I mean, I'm not getting where. I'm just seeing that they're in a safety box. You know how you have those home fire boxes to keep your important papers in? I'm thinking they may be in something like that too. So it would be like a safety deposit box, a banker's box, something along those lines.
Something
Wow,
very
Mary.
official looking. Wow. You have to, when you find them, you have to tell us.
If you're there right now, run out and look. Remember we found Kurt's keys? That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your question, Mary. And we hope that we helped you kind of think of different areas where to look and where they might be. I do really appreciate it. Okay. So let's go to Christy West. And Christy, hi, Christy. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you sending in a question. And she's saying, I'm changing career paths, wondering if you see it being a successful move. That is, it's the energy again. It's the energy of moving, changing, and choosing what you want. Like you're tired of doing something that doesn't fulfill you anymore. You're tired of living in places that don't fulfill you anymore. And because of all of this, limitations and restrictions that we've had, we're all just kind of bursting out and moving and changing. I think it's an amazing energy. I'm seeing it everywhere. So thank you, Christy.
Christy, I see this path, or that you're going on, this new career path. I'm being shown it like a tree, like a small tree, not exactly a sapling, a little bit more than that, but it's putting down roots, It's starting to grow at the top. It's not completely leafed out, but what I heard, and I don't mean physically heard, but this knowing I get is she will grow in ways she never thought of. That this will become a foundation for you, the foundation of the roots, the trunk, and then you will make this your own. You will grow in ways you never thought. They are also giving me the feeling that it won't always be easy. This is not like she's going into a Disney job and everything's happy. It will be good. It will be challenging. You will grow. It won't always be as smooth as you think, but it will be amazing.
Thank you, Terri. That was beautiful.
Well, I saw that, yes, it will be a successful move, but there's going to be a period of adjustment. I saw you kind of balancing on a log that is like there's a log bridge across a river, and it's a little bit, especially at first, but then it becomes steadier. But for some reason, I saw you as Alice in Wonderland. And I thought, why am I seeing this? And it's about discernment. If someone just tells you, drink me, ask what's in the vial first. Just, especially during the initial part, just check in with your intuition. There may be situations or people or circumstances, kind of until you get tapped into the community there. Just have your discernment, you run it through your the filters of mind and spirit, and ask about, is this the right approach for me in this situation? But then, and it's sort of like getting your sea legs. And just as I was thinking that, I saw you with waders on. So instead of teetering on the tippy log bridge, you've got the waders on, you know where the fish are, and you're just walking right up the stream. So it won't take that long, but you'll be in your element. That's what it is.
Wow. Great, Joan. Thank you. Well, Christy, what I was getting is Spirit is telling me that you are following your bliss, that you're following the nudges and the urges that they're sending to you. And this does push you outside of your comfort zone, but this is where growth happens. And this follows what Terri said with her tree analogy and the growth there. And you just sort of throwing caution to the wind and just following your instincts, like following your bliss and jumping in with both feet. It's a courageous move. And I feel as though as long as you follow your bliss and it's something that you work hard for, I see that you already worked hard for. I believe, yes. This is the right move. And sometimes we have a safe, good paying job, and then we have something that we want to do for full time. And it's hard to let go of that kind of safety and security and jump into something that really fulfills our spirit and our soul. And this is what I feel that you're doing, and that Spirit has been nudging you and guiding you along the way. And I feel them saying it's a positive move for you. So that was good. That's good, Christy. Thank you for asking your question. There's a lot of new people here today and a lot of people on Facebook. We're also running Facebook Live. If you are over there and want to ask a question, you can, well, actually it's a little late, but next time come on over to the chat here in YouTube. I guess I said that a little late. We are filled up with questions right now, but just wanted to invite everybody to come on over to YouTube, Sun Psychic Jean channel, and just say hello to everybody in the chat. We'd love to see you. And we have another question. And this is a great question. AD is asking, any messages from Jeffrey? Do you girls know AD? And you girls know Jeffrey?
Uh-huh.
She's Sunday morning, Joan?
Everything is washed clear every day. So I'm afraid I'm not.
Sunday mornings. You and I are together on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
And do you remember Jeffrey from Sunday morning?
No.
With the crystal blue eyes?
Oh, okay.
That's who we're looking for.
Okay.
Jeffrey is somebody who we have read for, or we have brought through for AD previously, and she's just asking for a message from Jeffrey.
Okay.
I just hear him saying, I'm still here. I'm still close. I'm watching over. He's a protector. He's a watcher. what do you think? They call them watchers. He is a higher ascended. He's like a higher vibrational being, and is watching over us. Not just us here, but humanity. I think he's a watcher.
I kind of bet that because after I kind of called for him, he actually came down from the heavens and landed on my stage kind of hard. And he's kind of he's got hiking boots on, and he's kind of kitted out to really hike, do work, but wow, he's really handsome, more handsome than before. I mean, really handsome. And I don't say that too lightly. I mean, yeah, he's very blue eyes. He's got an angelic quality about him that enhances his looks. Jeffrey says, I am always here watching. I'm out here playing on the stars. I'm hiking on the stars. My job is to explore and find even more places for us to meet. That probably means more to me than to you. Because in another meditation, he took me hiking on the stars and we went to a planet. Wow.
Well, I was seeing those beautiful blue eyes, and he was watching, and he is very handsome. But I saw him like on a beautiful green hillside, and like a mountain slope, very green though. And there's like a little path that goes along the edge of the mountain. And at first he was just watching and looking, and he had binoculars and a telescope and everything. But he was saying that he started looking back over his shoulder, and there were all these people behind him. And the message seemed to be there are so many people who are watching what's happening right now on Earth, and that it's just such an important time. And then I saw him with a donkey, which is my symbol for work. And he first was leading the donkey and then was on it. And that, okay, tell me, this is important work that we're doing to help raise vibration. And they are working on it, observing and helping from the other side too, because this is a very crucial time. So we've got lots of folks pulling for us on the other side, and they're as interested in what's happening here as we are as what's happening there.
Wow. That was really, really interesting, AD. Thank you for asking your question. That was really, really beautiful energy to tap back into. Yeah, we do some practice together on Sundays, and this soul came through and before and gave us some really high vibrational messages for the collective. And so AD was asking if there was anything else from Jeffrey. Thank you very much. That was very sweet of you. So let me see. I think I have one. I don't know. Karen, are you here in the chat? Is Karen in the chat? I know that she asked one before we started, but I don't know if she's in the chat. And Hurricane Force, are you here in the chat? I don't know if you are still here. If you are, just let us know. And I know that Indigo, you had a question here. I know Indigo's here, so let's go ahead and go with Indigo's question. Indigo Chrysalis Tarot, how are you? So nice of you to ask a question. She said, will my brother-in-law Michael reach out to his brother and myself this year. We've been estranged for almost 4 years. So I assume that your brother-in-law, Michael, is still alive and here on this earth, and whether or not he'll reach out to you and his brother.
I got a yes from the pendulum, and I asked whether he would reach out before the end of 2022, and it was yes. But then I heard there's still some reticence. So anything you can do to prepare the ground. I saw like somebody with a hoe kind of turning over the earth, and anything you can do to send peaceful, loving energy his way without any strings attached. And of course, the idea of the Ho'oponopono prayer of let's see, how does it go? Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It just changes the energy, especially when there are two kind of diametrically opposed feelings about whatever issue. That might be something you could do to prepare the ground, and then just release it without any, just to release it.
And I tried a technique that we were taught a long time ago about trying to read time with my hand. And I felt like in the fall, there's some sort of change of heart in him. Something starts changing. He starts feeling differently. But I'm not getting that he will come back into contact until February. But something starts to change. That's all I was getting.
Yeah, I think that I have to agree with Joan that in the sense that it's energetic, that it's important to do the healing and do the welcoming and to do the forgiving and to do the work even without him here, and also to welcome him here, and also to let go of any judgments or feelings about what may have caused him to disconnect, and to just allow and to respect that each and every soul has their own path in this world, and perhaps maybe not to take it so personally. If there was something that may have happened, it may not be the same reason as to why he's still staying away. He may be on his own path, learning his own way. I know that it's hurtful, but we have to let people, if we love them, let them go, and then they'll come back. Allow him to be on his own journey and love him anyway, without the responsibility of having to come back. Sometimes if your mom wants you home at this time, you're like, I'm not going home at that time. But if your mom says, go ahead, go out, you don't have to come home anytime, you're like, okay, I want to come home. It's sort of like that kind of a dynamic. Like if you want them or you want them to come home, you're saying, why aren't you coming home? It's almost like judgment. It's almost like expectations. It's almost like pressuring. But if you say, we wish you well, we release you, and we understand you're on your soul's journey, go and be free, and and sending you love and light, and then he'll find that energy. He'll find. I think it's all very energetic. And Indigo, I think that you have this ability, and you are aware of this type of energetic exchange for sure. But oh, that's sweet. She does say that they send him messages all the time. That they hope to hear from him soon. That's really, really good. I got chills on that.
She
Good.
also said, I hope to God he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I get the feeling he is. Oh, and also the word I was searching for about releasing without expectation.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Good. 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 I think we're all pretty much on the same. And Hurricane Force is here. Yay! Thank you, Hurricane Force, for confirming there and chiming in. And let me see if I can find your question. I don't think Karen came back. Okay, Hurricane Force One. My daughter Destiny is struggling to get a meaningful acting role. Will she get the role that she desires and feeds her soul? Anything blocking her? What does she need to do? Let's check in with Destiny and see if she's going to get the acting role, a meaningful acting role. So I'm just going to jump in. I'm hearing that it's important. What I'm hearing, their suggestions are for her to create her own acting role, to get on that YouTube and to do little skits, to get on that TikTok and to do little skits, get on that Instagram and to perform her little heart out, and to be the actor that she is, and to sing. And I don't know if she sings, but just sing and express from her soul. I know that she is, I don't know, but I feel that she is extremely creative, very passionate, and has an amazing gift to share with the world. And I think that I just feel like, why wait? Just go out there and do it, and create the role herself. I do understand that there are roles that she needs to be uh, cast for, and that she needs to be in a professional acting studio. I do understand that, and that is the end goal for her. But in the meantime, I don't think that she should wait and hope and hold down her spirit. I feel her spirit wanting to burst. I feel her creativity and her emotion and her passion wanting to burst. And this is why she desperately wants a role. But I think she may want to consider going ahead and creating her own role while she's waiting for other people to see her light. She definitely has a bright light and a lot to offer. She's a beautiful soul.
Go ahead, Terri, if you like.
Okay. So recently, I was reading somebody's father who happened to be an actor. His name is Edward Andrews, and if you Google him, you'll see him. And if you're my age, which is, early 60s, you'll recognize him. And he showed up right away on my stage. Well, on his stage, his modified stage. I have a stage I see. He like whipped everything off it and made it a viewing room. And when he's appearing, it's the viewing room. So I guess it's his stage. And he's showing me something basically, I'll cut to the chase in a moment when he couldn't get the message quite across to me because it was my problem, not his. He's showing me a great big elephant, and he's showing me how big the elephant's leg is, how big the elephant's foot is. And I'm kind of feeling like the Hollywood is the elephant. It's huge. It's so huge. It's lovely. And it kind of crushes things that, and I see Destiny like a little mouse, so that's almost ready to get squished, and but the mouse is fast and it can dart up and dart out of the way and it can go and do stuff. And I saw all that darting right when Jean was saying, take it into your own hands, go do some TikTok, go do some, do some of that. And I feel like that they were basically complimenting what Jean said, go take charge, zip up here on the curtain, zip over here, do it fast because you're fast and flexible and you can do that. And then as I'm still kind of waiting around like, Edward, what does this mean? He just cut to the chase with me, and he's just like, she's gonna get roles. Yes. So yes. So she eventually will get the roles she wants, but she has to keep at it and not give up.
That's beautiful. When I tuned in, I heard that the major role that she's going to get is how she handles the situation. Because to be an actor means it's in a different way, the role that you're creating. When you're an actor, opposed to, I don't know, working in an office, if you work an office job or something, they hire you, and then every time you do a job, it's like, oh, that's great, we're going to pay you more and everything. But when you're an actor, you need to prove yourself every time. You have to constantly be proving yourself. You never, unless you're, a major star, you have to audition every time. So it's so easy to get caught in the begging for work. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. I want it so much. I want it so much. When exactly what both of you have described is to create the feeling of what you want, and whether that is like through YouTube or TikTok or whatever, to spend your time feeling how fabulous you are at this and being happy with it. So instead of being in the pleading, that you're in the joy. And as soon as you're in the joy of, how could they not hire me? And look what I'm doing. And I'm just expressing who I am more than I ever could in any audition, any cattle call, then the good will come to you. So it's I'm getting chills with that. It's the whole idea of embracing and being who you are and going to the thing that you want and expressing it and enjoying it right now. And that's going to be what draws the jobs to her. Look into Abraham Hicks. The one thing that's come to me for someone in readings, and I thought it was pretty clear, rather than being like in a golf situation, rather than hitting the ball and sitting there going, oh, I hope it goes in the hole. Be the hole and draw it to you. Be the place you want to be the end result, and experience and feel everything that is. And the more time she can spend in that energy, the more that's going to just flow to her without any pleading or cattle calls or anything else. Yeah. So we wish let us know when we can see her.
Yeah, all the best to Destiny. And Hurricane Force One says she loves it. She's kind of already told her that, and she is a great singer, so that's great.
Wonderful.
But all of these programs of how things used to be done are all falling by the wayside, and there are but I know there's steps to take and there's processes, but don't let that restrict you. Go outside of the box and create. I mean, she should start her own little mini theater for children or something, just anything, and then, wow, I just see her just so creative, so passionate, and just really exploding. I would hate for her to hold back on all of that passion, all of that energy that is there right now. Um, when we all would love to see it. And I'm sure that she would love to share it with us. That's great. That's great. All
And
right.
I have to say, because I saw it in the chat too, but I thought about it beforehand that Joan, you really were describing kind of like super manifestation.
Yeah, I think it is. Yes, you have to apply and audition and everything, but it's all about energy, and especially creative people have um, so much to give that way. And when it shines out, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right.
Well, Joan, do you have anything coming up that you would like to share?
Let's see. I'm taking this week. I'm taking off, but now starting on Monday, a week from today, I'll be doing readings, and you can find my link in the um, in the chat here and on my site. And yeah, things are just going well, and we'll be working on putting out more YouTube videos and things like that.
So were you able to move your scheduler?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So,
And that
and
link is still good through your YouTube channel?
yes, that's the
Okay, so I
active.
have your YouTube channel link in the description so they
Yep.
can find your scheduler or your where to book a
Yes.
reading there. Okay, good.
Yes.
Let me know when or if you have like a website that's separate from your YouTube, and I can put that up as well. And Terri, what do you have coming up?
Well, I am doing readings Saturdays and Sundays, and you can just book those. If you go to my website, which is kigaruspiritualjourneys.com, or just go to YouTube and you can find the link there. That's one way to book me. Right now, I'm reading every Thursday night or Thursday afternoon, actually, with Allie at Heart and Soul Connected. And that might be just all I'm doing this next week, because this is my 6th day of 6 live shows. I took one Sunday. I had a little break. Thank you, Jean, for giving me a little break. But yeah, so I will have a leisurely week.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
And
I'm
then
going
you
to
want to
be
go back to the Akashic records and read more books there.
I will. I also should say that I got a. Sometimes it takes a while for me to get an idea for a video, and I have been pushed by my guys to do a video on my mom. So I'm going to be working this week on putting one out about my mom and how she is helping me from the other side.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really great. I think that's it's beautiful the way you listen to your guidance when they give you an idea for a show. I'm just looking at my appointments. I am here live on Friday with Kelly from Dozen Cats for Me. And then I am also on Allie from Heart and Soul Connected every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. And I do readings with Allie, and Kelly's going to come on Friday night and do a live on my channel here. And then after Allie's show on Sunday, I'm going to be on Kelly's channel for a special Mother's Day special. So that's going to be really, really great. And I'm going to have a busy weekend there too. So, and if anybody would like to book a reading with me, my link is also in the description box. So I really appreciate everybody coming. Hurricane Force One, it was a pleasure reading for you. Thank you very much for your patience. Tracy Ralph, Warrior Girl, Indigo, Chrysalis Tarot, thank you very much for your help in the chat today. I really appreciate that. T Barb, Tracy Ralph, and Oof. And Dave Maud is here. And he's been really great in the chat. All of you, I really appreciate it. And Holly Duchesne, I see the comments going through. I wish I could just sit here and read the comments. I really, really do. It's hard to dip back and forth, but it's a show in itself running on the side over here.
Mhm.
So I just really appreciate everybody that comes in and chats on while we're doing our readings, and you make it very special for us. So thank you, everybody, and thank you, Joan, and thank you, Terry, and that's all for tonight.
Thanks, Jean. Thanks, everybody who came.
Thank
Mwah.
you. Thank you for watching.
Bye.